Well, moving on now to the controversial murder of the Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. A Saudi court has ordered a death penalty for 5 out of the 11 people guilty of murdering the staunch critic of the Saudi government. However, the top 8 of the Saudi government was, released on all charges in what is considered as one of the most urgent cases of threat to the press. Jamal Khashoggi's murder put the spotlight on the questionable attitude of the Saudi administration towards dissidents. The verdict by the Saudi court makes it clear that 5 will be executed, while 3 will be given 24-year-long imprisonment. But a total 11 people have been found guilty of the murder of the US-based journalist. And Shalan Al-Shalan, a spokesperson of the Attorney General's office, made the announcement of this.
بشأن قضية مقتل المواطن جمال بن أحمد بن حمزة خاشقجي رحمه الله عليه، فقد استكملت النيابة العامة تحقيقاتها وإجراءاتها في هذه القضية التي شملت 31 شخصا. أصدرت المحكمة الجزائية بالرياض أحكاما ابتدائية بحق 11 من المدعى عليهم تقضي بما يلي: 1. قتل 5 من المدعى عليهم قصاصا، وهم المباشرون والمشتركون في قتل المجني عليه رحمه الله.
However, many eyebrows have been raised on the acquittal of the Saudi Arabian consultant Saud al-Qahtani from the Khashoggi murder case. He was only investigated but was not charged. Saudi Arabia's public prosecutor in a statement said that the Saudi prince's top aide was acquitted because of lack of evidence against him. He also said that the former deputy intelligence chief Ahmed al-Asiri was also released due to insufficient evidence. Remember, Jamal Khashoggi was killed at the Saudi Kingdom's consulate in Istanbul last year. His assassination continues to strain Saudi ties with key allies and also has resulted has also rattled many investors in the country, but Riyadh has repeatedly denied the allegations of any involvement of the kingdom. At the same time, Monday's verdict in Khashoggi's murder case is not being quite welcomed by the journalist fraternity. The Secretary General of Reporters Without Borders tweeted his reservation on the verdict. He said that giving death penalty to 5 is a way to silence them forever and conceal the truth. And Professor Muzaffar Senil, Deputy Director of the Center for Modern Turkish Studies at Istanbul, Sehir University, is live with us now from Istanbul. Thank you very much, Professor Senil, for talking to us this evening. Now, prosecutors have called this, obviously called it a rogue operation, put 11 unnamed people on trial and then, of course, prosecuted them, sentenced them to life imprisonment and execution. But the top aides have been allowed to go scot-free. So it doesn't really seem like justice at all.
No, it's not a justice. I totally agree with the comments which is done by the Journalist Association. And the aim of the decision of the court is obvious. The Saudi court tries to blow the hands of the Mohammed bin Salman. None of them are, which the 11 of these guilty, which was founded as a guilty, none of them has directly linked with the Mohammed bin Salman. Especially Qahtani and Utaybi is on free walk. It cannot be acceptable by the international, let's say, the journalists. And also, as known, the UN officials or these independent reports also says that they also stressed the Khashoggi death was an extrajudicial execution, and for which the Saudi state was responsible. They clearly pointed out that the Saudi state is responsible, and there are credible evidence warranting further investigation that high-level officials, including Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, as individually liable for this death. But as court shows that this is just a makeup of, let's say, a kind of trying to make up to blow the hands of the Mohammed bin Salman. This is injustice.
Right, absolutely, injustice. And also, of course, the court said that they found no evidence that the murder was premeditated. This will, of course, do little to quell criticism of the court and the prosecution's investigation into Jamal Khashoggi's death.
The all investigation and also the court, which will be in the International Criminal Court, should take care of the issue rather than the Saudi court. I mean, the UN should take the responsibility, and also International Criminal Court should take the responsibility to protect the freedom of press.
Right.
And International Association of the Journalists should bring the case to the International Court of Justice, Criminal Court of Justice, Criminal Court.
Right, but do you really think that the Saudi Kingdom would agree to an international inspection of what happened in the death of Jamal Khashoggi, given the fact that obviously they've acted under immense worldwide pressure to prosecute these people, but killing 5 of them or executing 5 of them essentially means that there is nothing that's going to leak out now. We won't really know what exactly happened inside that consulate.
It's difficult to put a pressure as Khashoggi process shows to that. I mean, till the Khashoggi were killed in Istanbul, then till that time, the international public opinion responded positively, but the states are refraining to make angry the Saudi crown. That is the problem, I think so. Not the public opinion. I mean, public opinion was injured so much, the world public opinion injured so much to protect. I mean, the states are protected their interest against the Saudis, towards the Saudis. They refrain to take any action. That was the biggest problem standing in front of the justice.
Right, Professor Muzaffar Senil, thanks very much indeed for joining us and sharing your thoughts on that court verdict in Saudi Arabia that has sentenced 11 people for the death of Jamal Khashoggi.